SwoleBenji here. Today we're going to be seeing if we can make a good profit per hour doing stone mining, alright? So, real quick, I just want to talk about stone mining. Stone, in general, even when refined, is absolute garbage for money. Like, stone is just, it's very low cost. It's not on the town boards often. People don't use town boards at 60 anyway, it seems. And yeah, there's stone everywhere. It's very common. It does not sell for much. However, you have a chance at getting Sliver of Adderstone, which is one of the #1 crafting mods that bag makers use so that you have the extra pockets mod. Alright, so let's get into it. We're going to be doing some stone mining, and I want to share with you guys a very fast tip on how to quickly gear up. So a lot of you, if you're like me, you put all of your gear sets in one town. So I've got every weapon that I could use for every build that I have. I have several different armor sets, okay? And there's no real way to sort it other than like by gear score or tier or weight. Alright, so right now I'm in a PvP combat set for spellcasting because I'm leveling that up. Now that all the stuff is fixed, I can safely play it. But let's say I want to put on my mining set. Well, here is how you would do that very quickly. So I keep basically a ledger, alright? And I'm just going to move this over on the screen, and this is what it looks like. So I have my, I typed out the names of all the equipment that I use for my set. So here's my logging set, my mining set, I got a PvP set, another PvP set, etc. So I'm just going to basically copy here, like miner gloves. We're going to go here, and then at the search, I'm just going to paste it, and then we can see miner gloves, which I don't, it's, let me, that's weird. It's showing lumberjack gloves too. So this makes it a little bit quicker. It's still kind of annoying, but let's find those miner gloves. There they are. So I'm gonna knock that over, and the next up would be the miner shirt. And there we go. Miner shirt is also a green, I believe. So it's a little bit quicker than scrolling through tons and tons of items, right? All right, now this one should be a lot easier because there's only one fireproof brilliant ruby amulet of the priest. Well, that's weird. Let's try manually typing it. Fireproof. Yeah, there it is. So, manually typing it seems to be the way to go. Copy-paste is broken, so miner goggles. Let's try that. Not googles, miner goggles. There we go. Miner goggles. And then finally we have corrupted fanatic pants. Corrupted fanatic pants on the spell sword that has mining on it. And then we have miner shoes. Okay, so miner shoes, there it is. So that's our that's our 6 pieces. For those that don't know, let me just change out of display capture here real quick. Okay, and then close my ledger. Alright, so for those that don't know, each piece of your equipment, your helmet, chest, gloves, pants, and boots, all can have like a gathering skill, and your amulet, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and, I guess I have not equipped that before. I'm just going to put everything on. And then we're just going to put all this in the storage. We're almost ready to go, guys. Now we're going to get our gathering food, which I have a lot of trade skill food here. It even says trade skill food, so it makes it real easy. And I am looking for mining luck, okay? Luck when harvesting, luck when harvesting. I think that's skinning. So boiled cabbage, that is logging. Potatoes. Do I have another thing of potatoes? I got, what is this? Roasted potatoes for 1,000, and herb roasted potatoes. That's broccoli. So we're just gonna take one. Now, if stone was worth anything, we could take a proficiency booster potion, but because stone is not really worth it, we're not going to get more slivers of Adderstone doing this, okay? It'll only give us one at a time. So, check out our character. We're like, we got the goggles on. Alright, so let's get out there, and I would advise using weapons that would give you more movement. So, like, doing musket dodge rolls and light armor. I don't think I'm in light armor, though I am actually... No, I am light, so I can do dodge roll cancels. Awesome. So that'll speed us up. I do have the fire staff for the dash, but I think great axe is probably much better for this. So we're just going to go out to an area with lots of stone, and here's how I do it, okay? I like to mine stone in an area where there are also iron nodes, because I do have all the mining stuff on, so that I do get a bonus when I mine iron. You could also do it in a place where you mine... I'm just going to kill this wolf and get some experience. In a place where there's other, mining resources. So I'm just going to click use, and there we go. We have the buff, and then let's get started. Now, this character is not strength-based, so I don't have a % chance to instantly mine these, okay? So what I do is I run to the iron nodes, I mine the iron, and then I just mine all the big stone nodes. I generally don't mine the baby stone nodes unless I have 300 strength. But, like, I'll just take these big ones here. And you don't really have to worry about people stealing your boulders, to be honest. They generally won't. But, the big ones do have a higher chance of dropping Sliver of Adderstone, but the % chance is so low that you should just mine all the boulders you can as you run from iron point to iron point. And rabbits don't give experience, so it gets to live. I'm not going to gather... No, normally I would gather other things, but for this video, we're only going to see how much Slivers of Adderstone we get by doing our little iron route. And I am doing this kind of in the morning. This is 8 a.m. on a Sunday. So, we are... there's not a lot of competition right now for this iron, and I do like iron because I do like making money. But we're also going to be mining plenty of stone, so don't worry about that. We will be touching the stone nodes here in just a bit, okay? But like big ones like this, I'll just stop and smash them up real quick. And like I said, if you have 300 strength or gear that can boost you to 300 strength, then I advise you use it because it gives you that 25% chance upon first strike. Now, when I say first strike, I mean as soon as you activate your gather attack, when you press E on a rock, that first hit, right there, 25% chance to instantly break it. If you want to continue to get that 25% chance, you have to move your character and then start it over again. And that is the only way to do it. If you are in the channeling animation where your character is hitting the boulder, then you will no longer have that 25% chance to instantly break it. And honestly, it doesn't always feel like 25% sometimes. But when we have all this gear and all of this luck on, we should find at least anywhere from 2 to 4 Adderstones per 25 minutes or so. Not always, it's really random. Sometimes you'll find a whole lot and sometimes you won't find any. But just smash up some boulders while you smash up the iron, because the stones don't really give much money. And if you don't get any Slivers of Adderstone, then you won't really make a profit. But the thing with Sliver of Adderstone is you gotta be constantly undercutting too. You should only list them for one day and check multiple times a day to see if anyone has made a cheaper listing on the market. Now, not a lot of people are out here farming boulders anymore, so they're getting quite scarce, and a lot of people are making bags. A lot of people will continue to make bags as their crafting gear score rises, okay? So, like, at the start, people are going to make level 500, level 525 bags, and then as they get level 200 into armor smithing and get all the correct gear and all the food buffs, they will be able to craft level 600, and you know that they're going to want the extra pocket mod on every single bag. And my tomato is sold, alright, and I have a video about how to farm food materials for good money too. So we're just going to smash all the boulders as we run to the iron nodes. Normally, I would run through and get all the iron nodes, like I think there's one in the distance. It looks like it, it's hard to tell. I wish there wasn't so much fog, and yeah, those are iron nodes. But because it's 8 in the morning, no one's really going to grab them, but basically you would grab the iron nodes, and then on your way back, you smash all the boulders, and by the time you smash all the boulders, the iron nodes are back up for you to grab once again. Now, having lots of bag space really does help when smashing boulders because they do weigh a lot. Also, if you happen to get the bag mods that lower the weight of iron nodes, rocks, boulders, stone, then you should definitely go with that too, and then you could stay out here much longer. But because I'm literally mining boulders right outside of Everfall here, I don't think bag space is really necessary for me because it's such a short walk that it's not a big deal. But if you were doing this somewhere far out, like, apparently, if you mine boulders in Brightwood or Weaver's Fen, I forget one of the two, you can also get flint. And flint is, you know, on this server that I'm playing on, they sell for 50 cents each, which is, it's pretty good. It's not bad, you know, it's a decent hustle. 50 cents, you know, just for something you pick up off the ground, or you just get as you mine for Slivers of Adderstone anyway, is awesome. Very cool. But yeah, just smash all the boulders you can. And we're going to see if we get any Slivers of Adderstone, alright? So far, none yet. Now, mathematically, if you have 300 strength mod, you will get 25% more. Though, realistically, it's, if you cancel and then redo the animation, it's actually much more than that. So, let's see here. We haven't gotten any yet. And I know I spent a lot of the early part of the video explaining how you can quickly sort your gear, but we're gonna get some, guys. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe that, and that's kind of part of the fun, I guess, of gathering is like these stones are worth pennies, so I'm still making money. You know, I'm still getting some coin, more coin than doing other activities. I mean, yeah, if you're out skinning or doing, you know, high yield stuff, obviously you're gonna be making more coin than this, and you could just buy your Sliver of Adderstone. That's another topic for another video for another day. I have yet to figure out the highest coin per hour activity. I believe that if you oversaturate the market with anything, because servers only have up to 2,000 people, you know, like, at a time, and even the big servers, yeah, you have 2,000 people almost around the clock, but realistically, it's not a lot big market, and with the economy in a huge decline on the game, I'm gonna go ahead and just kill that real quick. I'm only doing 1,000 because I'm heavy tank. I got a lot of constitution. Alright. And yes, normally I would skin that so I can sell the hide, of course, but this, for video purposes, we're not. Now, another thing too is if your area has these corruptions, then it will mess up your spawns, even for boulders, so you might have to come clear them at some point, but I'm not going to be clearing any of this stuff while wearing mining gear. I mean, I can, it's going to be slower, I just don't feel like it, and that's not what the video is about. So, basically, I'm going to end my iron route here, and I'm going to run back this way, and just mine boulders, and then by the time I reach the other side, the iron will be back up. And it's generally while gathering, you want to kind of compound your gathering, like, yeah, you can focus farm one thing, like, you can go out and you can get a bunch of, like, fire motes, right? If you want, that's totally fine, but what's a smarter thing to do is farm an area that not only has, like, fire motes that you can get, but a lot of other resources, too, and then just sell those resources to buy more fire motes, okay? Or, if you're not selling the fire motes, you know, and using it for alchemy or whatever, then you can just go to an area that has the ingredients that you need for whatever level of alchemy you have. Alright, so you can see a lot of the boulders are kind of cleared here. Just smash them all along the way. I think I made a video where I do the same thing, but I'm doing it with trees instead. But this one is about getting Slivers of Adderstone, and some of these boulders are like half mined. That's kind of interesting. I guess someone was smashing them, and then they just kind of gave up and moved on. I'm not sure what's going on there with that, but it's really interesting that the game saves the data for partially harvested resources. So can you imagine if like a whole guild of people chopped every tree in the forest down to like 99%, and then you just came along and one-shotted every tree? That would be a pretty interesting thing to witness, right? Can I just one-shot this cat? Yep. I don't know why that hits twice. It's really weird. But it worked out there. See, like, this boulder was partially mined. Like, what the heck is going on? Why does the database, why does the game servers have to, like, hold that in its calculations? Could you potentially go to an area that no one ever touches and just mine everything to 99%, which would maybe, like, cause the server to have to hold on to more data? I don't know. That would be something interesting, right? Maybe there's, like, some kind of weird trick that, like, players can utilize with that. I'm not sure yet, but it's not something I'm going to bother trying out because that sounds like an exploit, and, you know, Amazon doesn't want us doing any kind of exploiting things. Anyway, we're just going to mine the boulders, and yes, I know I said you should go for the big ones, and they do respawn at a very fast rate. Like, this one was partially mined. Or maybe it's because my character slipped and I had to redo the animation. But, yeah, just keep mining boulders. You'll get the Slivers of Adderstone. They'll show up. We got the luck food. We got all the mining buffs on. Now, as far as mining gear goes, gear score 500 to 600... It's about a it's like a, I think it's what, 5% increase per gear piece. It's a good amount. So if you can afford it, go for the very high gear score mining set. And you generally want plus strength on your mining set so that you can make it easier for your character to reach 300 strength if you have a strength-based build. But otherwise, if you don't have a strength-based build, then you can't really reach 300 even with the best gear in the game. There's just no way to do it, even with food buffs. Like, if you have a plus 40 strength food buff, and you have all strength gear at gear score 600, without your base stats being put into strength somewhat, you will not be able to reach it. You can make hybrid characters where you can go half strength, half constitution, and then have your gear set swap out, so that you can have 300 in one at a time. So if you want to chop trees, you can go chop trees, and if you want to mine, you can go mine. Alright, so our bags are about halfway full now, and we still have not found a Sliver of Adderstone yet. This is just video recording bad luck, right? Normally I find at least 2 to 3 by now. I don't know why it's not happening. Maybe Amazon adjusted the drop rate when they nerfed, what is it, like in the last patch they nerfed chests to only, you know, to go back to normal, because chests were dropping a larger variety of items. I also noticed when doing logging that I was getting more loot from trees in general too. So maybe that patch had something to do with the Adderstone not being as, I don't know what to call it, not being as plentiful as I remember, or it's just RNG. This could be a gambler's fallacy where I'm just like, oh, it's in the morning and Adderstone doesn't appear in the morning, or you can only get Adderstone at night or something. What if that's the case? Like, because right now, if you look at the time of day, fish are definitely dictated by the time of day. So what if you can only get slivers of Adderstone at night? You know, that would be an interesting thing to research, but I don't know if it's in the game files or if someone out there is doing some sort of spreadsheet mania where they're writing every single boulder that they hit and the % chance that it drops. Who knows? There's got to be someone out there doing it. But they may never ever make it public. It's definitely something I'm not going to do. I'm done with the whole spreadsheet mania thing from Albion. I'm not doing that again. I'm just going to play the game and make videos. That was way too much like homework and just felt crappy. So we're not doing that anymore. Alright, where are we at? We have 14 minutes on our food buff. Now, if you want, like, say your bags fill up, right? You can just throw out a bunch of boulders, because they don't really sell very well anyway, if anyone's even going to buy them. So you can empty your bags to continue smashing boulders for Adderstone if you want. That's just something you can do if you don't have big bags like me. I still don't have the tier 5 bags. I'm still using tier 4 bags because I'm cheap. I don't feel like upgrading them. I don't feel like I ever use up my entire bag space when just out and about anyway. Alright, still no Slivers of Adderstone. Come on, this is the one. This is the big boulder. It's going to give it to us, right? Nope. Okay, well, that gets old real quick if I say that for every boulder. But we'll see it eventually, right? Maybe one popped up and I just didn't notice it, you know? Like, let's look at our inventory. We got a Sliver of Adamant. I didn't notice that. So we got a drop, okay? That's another one of the drops that can happen. But it's not the one that sells for a lot. We want Adderstone so we can sell it to bag crafters. Or you can give it to a bag crafter and save on the cost. It's up to you, however you want to play the game, right? But the real gem, the real tip of this video, for those that skipped around for whatever reason, you video skipper arounders out there, I gave a really cool tip on how you can quickly equip your gathering set without having to mouse over hundreds of different armor pieces in your stash. So go back to the start of the video and check that out if you missed it. Alright, so back to the boulder smashing. You always want to check for those iron node respawns, and we have not seen another single player out here. So I do remember, like, this area was littered with bots that would camp iron nodes, and they did it for weeks. But I haven't seen them anymore, so maybe Amazon got rid of the iron bots. I still see fishing bots. I don't know if they'll ever be able to get rid of the fishing bots or not, since I assume those are way harder to detect. But at least something's happening. Maybe the bots selling iron realize that there's better profit in fish. I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? If the market goes to crap, why would the bots camp it? So I guess if you want to make the real money in this game, and I don't know what I did there, but okay, if you want to make the real money in this game, find out what all the bots are doing. I think that there's good profit to be had. I'm going to grab this pigment because pigment is extremely rare and costly. So if you ever want to dye your armor, then there you go. And this little iron node is back up, so that's cool. So we're just going to go back the other way now and get the iron while we get the stone. And I don't know if we're going to get any slivers of Adderstone in this, guys. I'm not going to refilm it until I find it. That's cheating. That's not gathering science. That's not being true to the grind here. Okay. But we're bouldering. I don't know. We're stone mining, stone cutting. Not quite cutting the stone. We're just smashing it up. This game has inspired me to YouTube actual videos of people breaking down giant rocks, and it's really interesting to watch. There's like a technique to it. And you'll notice the character model actually has the technique down. So whoever made like the mining animation was really on point and did their homework. But essentially, you don't want to put a lot of energy or muscle force into letting the pickaxe hit the boulder. You just want to lift it up in the air and let gravity do its thing, essentially, right? But you also want to grip it a certain way so that you don't like tire out your hands or your arms, which the character does. He lifts it up in the air, sort of, and like he's lifting it behind his head. So that's not entirely correct unless you're like a really strong dude. I could probably do it because I'm a strong dude, but you get it as high as possible, and then as it falls, you slide your arm back down to where you're gripping it, and then as you make contact, you slide your hand back up to the top so that you can lift it back up in the air again. I don't know. You have to look this up, guys. It's really interesting watching a guy just smash boulders. It's kind of like watching power washing videos, or just watching videos of someone like, I don't know, garbage trucks or something. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, YouTube people smashing rocks with pickaxes. It's very fun, very interesting content. Maybe one day, guys, we will have a video on the channel where I go out and buy a pickaxe and I go into the middle of the wilderness and find a big rock to smash. And that'll be the whole video. I mean, there's Rust YouTubers that go out into the wilderness and just pick up giant rocks for the heck of it, right? I mean, that's something that people might want to watch. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm a little upset that we haven't found any Adderstone yet, and we still have 9 minutes on our food buff. So that's a little disappointing. I don't want to drag out the video, but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna throw out the stone there. I kind of want some Adderstone, man, because like this big pile of rocks I just threw out, which was like 2,000, at like what, 5 to 10 cents each, maybe less, maybe 5 pennies, maybe 1 penny. I don't know. I didn't even check the market before heading out. I just want the Sliver of Adderstone because right now there's only one in the market. And when I like I said, when I've been doing this, which was in the last patch, I would find like 4 to 10 of these, like a crazy amount. And they would all sell for 400 to 800 each, depending on the market cost, which is really, really good coin. And yeah, so even with all this luck on, and even with our food buff, we have still yet to find one. So what I think I need to do is just play market flip and just buy out all the slivers of Adderstone and jack up the prices. You know, force the bag crafters to pay the tax, right? But no, I'm not gonna do that because what if no one buys it? Then you're just stuck with it until you craft your own bags, and in which case it's like I don't want to. It's there. It is. Nope, that's a sliver of adamant. Dang it! I thought we finally did it. I thought we got the Adderstone. Well, sorry to disappoint. I got your hopes up. I know you're probably alt-tabbed reading Reddit or something. Maybe you're browsing other websites. Maybe you're looking for another video to watch because this one is just a dude mining boulders. But yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. We're not done yet. Hey, don't click off. We're not done. We still got 7 minutes of this food buff, and we're gonna make the most of it as we mine iron, obviously. But you know, just take a little break, mine some iron. You know, let our character's spirits, you know, not feel so sad for not getting any of Adderstones. I mean, we're getting gemstones, which do people even buy those? I just let them sit and rot in my storage. I have yet to jewel craft. I have yet to do any of that stuff. I did it in the beta and I didn't like it. I thought it was very tedious. But apparently the hardest thing to grind up in this game is furnishing. Believe it or not, that's crazy. Making furniture is the hardest thing in the game. Apparently to grind it to level 200 is maddening. Like level 100, 1 to 100 is like 1% of the grind apparently. That just sounds crazy to me. I don't know why anyone would put themselves through that to get little baby trophies and some chests for their house that siphons all their coin away. I don't know. I'm really salty about housing from my beta experience, okay? I literally played the game like it was Animal Crossing. I got the big house, I got all the furniture, I made it a themed restaurant, you know. And someone's doing the portal over there. Let's see if they're... Come on, show me their name. There we go. Alright. Show me their name! It's something to watch while we mine the boulders. Come on, boulder. Every single time you smash a boulder, it's a dice roll. This actually goes much faster when you have the strength build, like I said. It's, personally, after this patch, I probably won't mind boulders anymore. Unless I'm a strength-based character, which I don't think I'm going to be a strength-based character for quite a while, because I've already maxed out all the weapons that strength-based characters do. And, it's fun. It's one of my most fun builds, I think, as being strength-based. It's just, I don't have the items and the perks for it to make it, you know, like min-maxed. So I don't know. And just having a life staff and being a focus-based DPS is really, really good right now because you can kill yourself. You're super tanky and you're basically hard to kill. And yeah, you lose a lot of damage by going focus, even with the gems, but you still do good enough damage. Like, you can solo the group. Whatchamacallit, it's the group Corruption Portals. You can solo them with a focus tanky-based lifesteal DPS build. It's nuts. Alright, let's take out the cat. There we go. 32 Fire Magic Mastery. And yes, I could be dodge rolling to get around faster. I know, guys, I know, but we're just taking it easy. We're just smashing boulders, okay? If we see the shimmer of a boulder, it gets beat up. It's a shame that we can't, like, craft houses like in Rust. Like, that was the old game. Yeah, this game used to be like a full loot PvP survival-ish game. Like, you would just craft a little hut outside at your door, you know. I don't think they ever got to code locks like in Rust, but yeah, people would be out, you know, smashing boulders so they could build a little shack, right, to store their stuff in. And if you wanted, you could raid their shack, right? Or at least that's what was planned. And, you know, all that got scrapped, and I understand why, because people wouldn't play that. I would love to play a magical medieval Rust. As a matter of fact, Facepunch was making a magical medieval version of Rust, and then they canceled it for some reason. It's like the most disappointing game cancellation ever. I remember being young, and they announced like games like StarCraft Ghost, right? And I thought that was going to be the coolest game ever, and they canceled it like 2 or 3 times. It never got to come out. Eventually, they leaked the assets, and it's like, oh, now I know why it didn't come out. It was just like a crappy story-based third-person shooter adventure game, you know? Yikes. 3 minutes on our food buff, and then we'll stop mining. We still don't have any Slivers of Adderstone. Very disappointing. I was hoping I could get a bunch for the video, but I'm gonna keep it real, you know, gotta keep it truthful. Because other YouTubers out there, you know, they're gonna like cut footage of them. Every boulder they mine is boom, Sliver of Adderstone, etc. Right? Now, this is just the cold hard truth. Sometimes when you go out and gather for a specific rare drop resource, that you just don't see it. It just doesn't happen. And if you continue to do this, you will start getting them. You know, I mean, mathematically, if you played for infinity years, you will get infinity Adderstones, right? But it looks like in this little, what is this, going to be a 30-minute video of me smashing boulders, that we didn't see any. Which is, like I said, it's disappointing, it's whatever, but we're going to sell the stone, we're not going to refine it. When you refine stone into bricks, you lose value. And that is because lodestone is heavily, heavily available in the game, right? So, we're at 4,000 stone. We're going to make like 150 coin off of this. And then that'd be another like 75 coin what I dropped earlier. Is this going to put me overweight? This might. Okay, we're close enough to the weight. Well, we have to stop there. I know I have 2 minutes left, but we might run into some iron nodes on the way back to town. And we're going to see how much we made in this time. We didn't get... If you get 1 Sliver of Adderstone, that pretty much pays for the entire run and the food buff that we got, right? But unfortunately not, so... Let's just head back to town. And yes, I know I could click the icon and click recall to in, but look how close I am. Look at my distance, right? I'm just gonna do it for the memes. Don't do this. Don't waste your 1 hour teleport going, like, I can see the town, right? I can see it. Is it gonna put me in a loading screen? That's the question. I'm curious. Or is it just gonna instantly like boop me there? No, it's gonna hit me with the loading screen. Okay, that makes sense. I was literally within eyesight distance of the town. Alright, so we got 2 Slivers of Adamant, which those, I'll show you right now, they don't sell. Sliver of Adamant. So those are like 39 to 50. These things, no one wants plus durability on anything they get. Okay, they honestly don't. It's a trash mod. this is just what people are listing it for in Everfall. We can check all settlements, and no one's gonna buy this, okay? But we can sell the stone. Sometimes you can just sell, like right now, 4 cents. I can directly sell it to this dude if I want. But let's see what it's listed as. 20 cents? Whoa, guys, what the heck? Why? Well, hey, you know, that's not a bad run. How much did we make? All right, let's see. We have 4,124, and we're going to multiply that by 19. 783. So that's not terrible. And here's the math on that. I'll just show you the display capture. 4,124 coins times 19 cents. 783 coins. I don't think this will sell. I'm going to be real honest. So I'm going to... Wow, that listing fee, though. Oh, God, guys. I didn't do that on purpose. I swear. Ignore the listing fee. Anyway. Let's see now. We're going to turn off display capture. Why is stone... Really? Why is stone so much? Let's check the market. I just got to check the market real quick, okay? Stone, 18 cents in win. Why is stone rising in price, guys? I don't understand. Anyway, if stone is 20 cents on your server, go mine stone. Just go mine stone. Mine 10,000 stone. List it on the market. Yikes. That means I threw 350 coins on the ground earlier. It's gone. It's not coming back. It's whatever. But, Sliver of Adderstone... Sliver of Adderstone, okay, guys? Check out. 499 in Everfall right now, 500, 700. I normally sell around this range because these will sell out very quickly. And there's not a lot on the market. When people, like, everyone needs 3 bags. Every single character in the entire game needs 3 bags. And they all want extra pockets, okay, guys? They all want extra pockets in their bags. I don't know about you, but I don't use bags in real life because I'm not a girl. Girls apparently only use bags because they don't have pockets. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Maybe next time we'll get some Sliver of Adderstone. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Make sure you leave a like and a comment. You got to do both, and there's no one at the storage shed. If you do both, if you leave a like and a comment, it is an algorithm cheat code. It is a YouTube combo, so it really helps out. Also, 81% of you are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. I know this video showed up in your feed, in your homepage, but I make a video every single day, so I will see you in tomorrow's video. And if you subscribe, you won't miss a single video. And I make some really good ones. So take care, lads. See you tomorrow.